All right, everybody, time to welcome in my former teammate and Detroit Lions superstar running back, David Montgomery. David, thank you for taking the time today. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. It's weird being on this side of my career, getting to talk with former teammates and watching them dominate every single week. So one thing I got to ask, because I knew you were a great player when you came in to Chicago, and I wish you were a Bear your entire career. That's not how things work out. So how has your game evolved since when I first started blocking for you in 2019?
Yeah, it's definitely evolved immensely. I think for me, just understanding and being able to wield what I know I'm capable of wielding, and also understanding like the game slows down over time, and when it slows down, you got to speed up. So that's probably the biggest change I'd say I went through.
You know, one thing I love about this Lions offense is they put so much faith in their studs. And, you know, they have faith in the offensive line. They have faith in you and Gibbs and all the stars around. And obviously Jared Goff has had an opportunity to take his career back off in Detroit. It just seems like they instill so much confidence in their team in Detroit. Can you talk about having a coach that has the utmost in faith in his players?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Campbell, he's big on accountability and big on the player led and understanding this is our team, and the guys who have to show up and the guys who have to be those guys, they have to show up every day, even when they don't want to. And he holds us all accountable. There's no one guy, no matter how much money you make or how long you've been playing. If there's something you need to be better at, you need to be held accountable for it, he's going to hold you accountable to it. So just being able to have a relationship like that with a coach and understanding he's authentically himself and he wants the best for the team. If that means challenging the best player to the team, then he'll do that. And, being able to have a coach like that, I think that's important and big. It makes everybody want to play for that coach.
Now, obviously, I love the coaching staff and I love the roster you guys have in Detroit. But talk to me about the two cities that you've had the luxury to play in. Obviously, Chicago, one of the richest sports cities in the world, definitely in America. And then Detroit, one of the most passionate fan bases in all of football. Can you talk a little bit about the difference between the cities and what you've enjoyed about being in Detroit?
Yeah, I think both. I've had the luxury of playing for two great organizations and going to two different organizations who had arguably the two best running backs to ever touch the ball, being Barry Sanders and Walter Payton, right? So, yeah, the city of Chicago, I always have a fond love and a special place in my heart for them because they took a chance on a kid that nobody really saw or had faith in. And I still love that, Chicago fans. But me coming over to Detroit and being easily accepted into a place that's so beautifully known for the grit and how they carry themselves, the blue collar mentality, just being able to be a part of that and knowing that's kind of where I came from is special in its own site for me. So, like I said, I'm just special. I'm just blessed to just be able to go to both places like that and experience that kind of experience for myself.
Yeah, and I hope the fans of Detroit realize how lucky they are to not only have a running back with your skill set, but also a dude in the building. I remember from Jump Street, when you were a rookie, you didn't talk a lot, but you worked like nobody's business, and you were a tough kid. You ran the ball so hard, and now I'm looking across the monitor at a grown-ass man who this offense runs through more often than not. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And in addition to that, I get to break down highlights of yours. Can you talk to me about keeping your balance on the catch against Seattle, trucking the defender, and then getting across the field and making that crowd roar in Detroit?
No, it's kind of crazy that it has a lot of irony in us talking right now. I don't know if you remember, but my first camp that I had, we were in Bourbonnais, and it was a run I had, and you remember Tariq Cohen, and I remember you being out there with me, and it was a wide zone to the left, and I broke 6-7 tackles. And I don't know if you remember what you said to me after, but I remember, and it's always going to stay true to me. After I had that run, I went out, and you came to me, you said that you keep running like that, you'd be special in this league. And I held on to that. Just a little short story, if you didn't remember, to let you know, I remember and I appreciate you, kind of being that guy for me, being a big vet and support me in that way. But I think that play is pretty routine for me. I think it just kind of showed like my will and my want to. But like that play was impossible without, Taylor Decker. He like blocking 4 or 5 people, like the guys around me blocking and doing anything. I just caught the ball and ran, honestly. Like I don't think it was no special flavor or nothing to it. I just caught the ball and just ran it. The guys around me kind of made that easy for me to do. So it was a cool play.
I think the combination between the guys you're talking about, Deck going down there and taking 4 guys in one fell swoop, and you got Panay, and you got all these guys that are glass eaters on the offensive line. Can you talk to me about how much more comfortable you are as a running back, knowing that this roster is built to win in the trenches?
Yeah, it makes you hold yourself to a higher standard. Like, if you're not doing your part, like, you failing those guys. Like, if I'm not running as hard as I need to run behind Panay Sewell, like, I'm failing him. Like, if I'm not stepping up in protection the best way that I can for Frank Ragnar, who's breaking it all down, like, I'm letting those guys down. Like, everybody on that offensive line, all of those guys, like, having that expectation for myself and that standard for myself that I need to do my job first so that these guys know that I'm going to bat in the war for them every chance that I get. And I got their support and they got my support.
Can you describe to me the dynamic between you and Jahmyr Gibbs? I mean, it's 2 different styles of getting the job done, and it's electric. Just talk to me about that relationship and the dynamic, whether it's in the locker room, meeting room, or on the field.
Yeah, that's my guy. I knew he was special before he got here, so I try to tell him every chance that I get. I think we got a new name going around. I think it's Sonic and Knuckles, and I happen to be Knuckles, so which is cool. I like that one. But yeah, me and Jahmyr, like, we go hand in hand, and I think like a lot of people kind of see it in one light. Like, Jahmyr is a guy who could just do this kind of skill, and I'm a guy that just does this kind of skill. But like anybody who really watches like the tape and the film, like they see like I can move a lot better than people think that I really can. Like I'm strong and I'm powerful, but like I'm actually pretty shifty too. And Jahmyr, like, he's fast, he's shifty, but like he's like strong too. Like he break a lot of tackles. Like he got a good base. He got great balance. So I think you mesh them 2 things together, and like the expectations that we hold for each other, I think like the sky's the limit for us. And yeah, we can do anything as long as we keep each other accountable.
Okay, so I think every single NFL team should be mandated to have a certain number of former players on their staff. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I'm about to ask you, what's it been like playing on a team with so many OGs that played the game at a high level and are true football guys?
Yeah, it's really like dope, honestly. Like being able to see guys like Taylor, for instance. Like Taylor was here like when things weren't great. Like when they weren't winning a bunch, and they were like, they weren't really like who we are today. And like to know like he stood in all of that and stayed true to himself, and he worked through it all, and him being able to kind of enjoy the fruits of his labor, like it's super cool to see, and it's a humbling experience to know like I'm a part of like the upside of it, and I can help, and I want to help, and I want to be able to like bring back, championships here to this city and to, the Detroit Lions for guys like Taylor Decker, for guys like Frank Ragnar, like the guys who have been here for a while, who kind of went through that transition from the old staff to the new staff, and, kind of introducing this new facet of the Lions.
So I'm going to ask you some non-football questions now. I'm going to get into some non-football stuff. You have a bowling ball collection. Do you think that there's anybody in the NFL who could stand toe-to-toe with David Montgomery at the bowling alley?
Nah, it's definitely me personally. I know a couple guys who can bowl. Justin Fields, he can bowl. He's nice.
Really?
Yeah, Justin can bowl. Darnell Mooney, he's nice. He got his own bowling ball collection too. Yeah, I try to bowl like every chance that I get, but like bowling is like that offset counter of like football, right? Like I'm an angry runner when I'm playing football, but like when I'm on the lane, it's like a fluid motion for me. Like it's all calm, like it's quiet and it's peaceful. Like it's like golfing for you, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. It's nice to get away from football a little bit, and bowling's great. It's air conditioned. You get sodas, you get French fries, onion rings. You don't get that on the golf course. You're just out there in the sun. So I think you're smarter than I am, David. I've got to ask you about this. Just about 45 minutes ago, I saw you collaborate with Scouting America. You were a Boy Scout. It was a big part of who you were as a youngster. Can you talk about this partnership with Scouting America?
Yeah, this is big. I'm happy to be able to be partnered with Scouting America and being able to be the ambassador for such a great organization that a lot of people in the world don't really know about, or if they do, they have a perception. I won't call it false. It's just a lack of, they just don't know a lot about it. But I'm here to kind of get my experience and let everybody know, like, it's a good outlook and it's a beautiful thing if you embrace it and you learn everything that you learn and you just take it full on into your everyday life. It can make you into somebody you never thought you can be.
Yeah, I really love that collaboration. I think it's a good message to the youngsters out there, David. I'm going to play one final little Q&A, quick response, rapid fire with you, if you don't mind, before I let you out of here. I know that your free time is very important. So, starting off the rapid style Q&A, favorite player growing up?
Barry Sanders.
That's a good answer. Biggest smack talker in the NFL?
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Chicago deep dish or Detroit style pizza?
I won't answer.
Hardest hitter in the NFL today?
Ooh, hardest hitter in the NFL today. That's a good one.
Brisker?
Yeah, he can hit. Ooh, he can hit. Brian Branch.
That's a good answer as well, and that's a homer move there for you. Best running back of all time?
It changes every day for me, so I won't answer that.
I'll let you give two. Best running backs of all time.
Barry Sanders, Walter Payton.
There you go. Strangest song on your playlist before the game?
Strangest song.
What would make people go, huh?
Probably anything in the world of Erykah Badu.
Oh, I love Erykah Badu. Good. Throw some Sade in there as well. Big Sade guy. Smooth operator, the big dog. Okay. One thing about you that most people don't know, outside of the fact that you're a bowler and you were an awesome Boy Scout.
That people don't know. I love to. I mean, it's pretty cliche, but I like to go like camping in my free time.
Camping's good. Well, David, thank you so much for this time. I really enjoyed getting to talk with you. I wish I was blocking for you, man. You inspire so many when you touch that football. The Detroit Lions fans love you, and the Bears fans, well, we miss you, man. It's good seeing you. Stay healthy. Finish strong.
My guy, I appreciate you.
All right, Demo.
And we got many more interviews like that, news, highlights, scores, and really breaking news. It's all right here on CBS Sports HQ. We've got you covered from the NFL 24/7, 365.